Hi everyone, today I'm here to talk about The Lost World by Michael Crichton. If you do not know, The Lost World is the sequel to Jurassic Park, the book, and there was a movie made, and I'm just gonna get the movie out of the way. I freaking hate The Lost World movie. Compared to Jurassic Park, it is one big pile of poo, and it was just very annoying because if you know anything about Michael Crichton, he basically didn't write any sequels to any of his books except for The Lost World, this one. So after Jurassic Park was made into a movie in 1993, basically everyone was like, Michael Crichton, please write another book so we can make another movie. OMG, Jurassic Park was awesome. It was such a big success, which, by the way, if you haven't listened to my Jurassic Park episode, I love the Jurassic Park movie because even though it is very different from the book, it still has like the feeling of the book, the wonder of dinosaurs and the terror of dinosaurs as well. And so even though it is a very different film than the book is, I still really love the Jurassic Park movie, the first one. I think all the other ones are crap. Sorry, I literally just thought I heard like a bee flying around my room. There was a giant fly in here earlier, so sorry. Yes, but anyway, back to Jurassic Park and The Lost World. So after the movie was made, Michael Crichton wrote The Lost World. This book, which I still really like and really super enjoy. And then they read this, and then they didn't do anything with it. Like literally, it feels like they begged Michael Crichton to write a book. He wrote a book, they read it, and they were like, you know what? We're just gonna make our own story. So annoying and so like as an author, like disrespectful to that man's work. Like WTF, what happened? Because I feel like if they had adapted this book into the movie that it should have been, it would have been good and it would have been entertaining. I don't think anything can ever compare to Jurassic Park, the first movie. No matter if it's a dinosaur movie from a different series, if it's a continuation of Jurassic Park, I feel like no dinosaur movie ever will ever have like the impact that Jurassic Park had, the feelings that Jurassic Park had. It's just, in my opinion, like one of the best movies ever made. So I am obviously a huge Jurassic Park fan. I also love dinosaurs, so that helps with the whole OMG, it's awesome part. Yes, so that's just me like getting over with how I think the Lost World movie is crap compared to the book. Because basically in the book, and I will talk a little bit about it, hopefully there's no spoilers, but I'll give you a warning if a spoiler is coming up. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll have to start with a spoiler to explain what the book is about. But if you've seen the movie, you already know this. If you haven't, pause and go read The Lost World before you listen to this, unless you don't care, and then just listen to this. There is a second island with dinosaurs. So in the first book, you are on Isla Nublar. I had to think for a second. And that is where the Jurassic Park is. In the second book, you learned that InGen, which is the company that John Hammond made and everything, had a second island called Isla Sorna, or Isla Sorna. I don't know how you pronounce Isla in Spanish, but Isla Sorna, and they were basically manufacturing dinosaurs there, and if they were healthy and they survived and everything, then they could ship them off to Isla Nublar. So that is how there's a second island in the second book, and there's still dinosaurs, because if you have read the first book, you know that the Costa Rican government basically totally nukes Isla Nublar and kills all the dinosaurs. I put that in quotes because there's definitely dinosaurs that escaped from the island. We all know that, right? If you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, this is an adventure on a completely different island. There's a bunch of dinosaurs. They're not in a park. They're totally just running around, literally like, I would say running amok, but they're just being animals. They're just doing their own thing. And what I really love about this book is that Lewis Dodson is in it, and he's the bad guy, and they totally F that up in the movie. If you remember in the first Jurassic Park, Dodson is in the movie for all of, a minute. He's the guy that Dennis Nedry meets, gives him the shaving cream can. Dennis Nedry's famously going, Dodson, we got Dodson here. See, nobody cares. That guy. He's not the head, he's not the main person who runs this company, but he is in another biotech engineering company, and he still wants the dinosaurs, which totally makes sense. And in the movie, they just threw away his character. Like I said, I know I said I was done with the movie, but just like, oh my gosh, so bad. And I love that Lewis Dodson is still in this book as the main baddie because, yes, he obviously, dinosaurs would be a big, huge, huge, huge attraction. You can make billions and billions of dollars off of it. So, of course, he would still want to get dinosaurs. And oh, he learns there's another island with dinosaurs. What an opportunity. Let's go steal some dinosaur eggs, which is what he tries to do. And obviously, crap happens, things ensue, dinosaur terror happens. So good. And I really like it because it is just kind of like an adventure story. People going to an island, they have cars that are supposed to be electric and work, but they short out, and because you can never predict what life's going to throw at you and how nature is actually going to be, and if your things that worked in the in your office or in your warehouse or whatever in the city, if they're actually going to work out in the jungle in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's just so much happening that just makes it a really, really fun adventure novel, and I super love it. And once again, kind of like Jurassic Park, to me, it's really easy to read. It's really easy to understand. I feel like this one had a couple more parts where it was like rambling about random theories that I didn't care about as much, but it's still in an understandable way. So when Ian Malcolm starts discussing the Red Queen or whatever, or other things, I suddenly can't remember the names of other things that he talks about, but they're still understandable to a lay reader like myself who knows nothing about sciences and theories and other things like that. So I really like that Michael Crichton writes in a way that, to me, is very understandable and very fun, just flows easily. Like, I feel like I read the book in a couple of days because I just enjoy it so much, and I've honestly read the books like 10 times. I'm not even joking, and I still really, really enjoy them, and yeah, that's The Lost World. I think it's well written. I know some people had like gripes about Ian Malcolm being in the book, and I totally get it because at the end of Jurassic Park, he is dead, and this book just kind of explains it away as, I was reported as dead, which wasn't actually true, so I don't really care. I like Ian Malcolm as a character. I think he's fun. Was he definitely dead at the end of the first book? Yeah, I'd say so. And do I kind of understand why he brought him back? Yeah, like, he's a popular character, especially from the movie. People liked Jeff Goldblum as Ian Malcolm, like me included. Like, had a crush on him after watching that, I'll be honest. And yeah, I don't really care that he comes back. I do think it's a little interesting because he does, this is going to be a spoiler, at some point when dinosaur crap and terror is happening, Ian Malcolm does basically break his leg again. And so I feel like that is literally my main gripe with the book, is that the same thing that happened to him kind of in the first book happens to him in the second book. And it's not to the extent as in the first book where it's like, oh my gosh, he's going to die if we don't get him help. But he's still just like shot up on morphine being his weird self in the second book. And it just seemed like too reminiscent to me of the first book. Like, he just didn't know what to do with the character or something. So he's like, oh, I'll break his leg again so other people can go do things and be heroes and stuff like that. So yeah, that's Lost World. I also really like the characters in it. I like that Michael Crichton makes characters that I can remember and that they're different. And some of them I hate, like Richard Levine in this book, which if you read it, he's just kind of like some rich kid who thinks a lot of himself and he's going to go find the Lost World, which he does find the island where the dinosaurs are, but I'm like, oh my gosh, he's so, so, so annoying. And I like that he can, like I said, kind of differentiate characters like that because, like, opposed to him, there's Doc Thorne, who's like this cool engineering dude who's made all this wilderness survival stuff that, like I said, the car shorts out, but he's just like really chill and really cool and more open-minded and likes kids, and he's not full of himself, even though he's clearly a really smart man. And so I like how Michael Crichton writes characters that are very different from each other, but you can still like get to know them without having pages and pages of description about them or anything like that. So I think he's really good at writing characters that I can remember, which I like. So yeah, that was, once again, The Lost World by Michael Crichton. I definitely check it out. I still think it's good. I don't know if I think it's any better than Jurassic Park or any worse. I honestly enjoy both of them, and even though I just read them back to back, I can't say I prefer one over the other. I maybe prefer Jurassic Park just because it's the first one, and there's like the sense of wonder and oh my gosh, that's maybe lost a little bit in the second book because it's going to be dinosaurs. But other than that, I think they're both really well written. I think they're both really fun. If you love dinosaurs, I definitely suggest reading them. I definitely suggest watching the first Jurassic Park movie. I don't suggest watching any of the other ones. That's just me. If you like don't care, then you'll probably still find them entertaining. I'm really hypercritical when it comes to films, and not even just films based on books, just like in general. I'm pretty hypercritical of whatever is put on the screen. So that could just be me. Yes. For my question today, it is going to be, what do you think the cutest baby dinosaur would be? And this one for me was really hard to think of because I'm like, oh, maybe a T-Rex, but maybe it would just look like a naked bird, which honestly to me, baby birds, until they get like their downy feathers, I think are hideous. So whether or not baby T-Rexes looked like baby birds, obviously I have no idea. That's just like in my head how they look like. I think it'd be super cute to see a baby Diplodocus or a Apatosaurus. One of like, a baby version of one of the giant dinosaurs with the long necks and the super long tails that are like tower over us. And I have no idea, I should have looked it up before I did this. I have no idea how tiny their babies actually were, but just seeing like a miniature version of something that grows to be so huge, I think would be super cute. So what do you all think would be the cutest baby dinosaur to see? If you could zip back in time to see a baby dinosaur, which one would it be? Thank you so much for listening. Go check out Jurassic Park and the Lost World, especially if you're big fans of the movies. I think it's really cool to go back and read the books that they were based on. At least the first movie, like I said, the second movie was based on who the F knows what. But yes, this has been The Lost World by Michael Crichton. Please like, subscribe, comment down below about your cutest baby dinosaur, and yeah, I think that's it. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day.